It makes no sense to me that you're gonna say, because think about it, if Chris Tucker or Michael Jackson had an Instagram or Facebook back in the day, how big do you think that would have been?
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
Some people just don't know how to word internet, number one. Number two,
There's somebody who does.
Number two,
Yeah.
they're more comfortable in just playing a character and turn it off, and they're done with all of that sort of stuff. They can go live their regular life, because these celebrities, imagine you're a person that can't even walk outside your house without TMZ or whoever hounding you and all of that.
I mean,
so
that's gonna happen.
They probably just don't want to even have to deal with that.
Into it, but that doesn't make sense though, that you're not comfortable because you're doing a character in that movie, and if basically you're gonna let people connect with you, because all that's doing is building your brand, unless you're saying that you're acting not to build the brand. And if you're not building the brand, how are you getting the roles? Like it's all connected. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to me that you're gonna say, because think about it, if Chris Tucker or Michael Jackson had an Instagram or Facebook back in the day, how big do you think that would have been?
Man,
it would have broke the internet.
It broke when
especially Chris Tucker when he was hot.
So another question I was wondering about, because with Facebook, Instagram, and this has been going on for years, but when you think about MySpace was here and then it's gone. So what happens to your residuals and all of that when something else comes up and that's hot and Facebook is gone or Instagram is gone?
We all know that's a good question, but it's non and void. Okay, Facebook ain't going nowhere. See, MySpace was basically a different type of thing, because it wasn't family. Like, you got to remember, Facebook is so that we can connect to our friends and to our family. Mm-hmm. Now, they were able to monetize that and turn it into money, but no matter what, even if you take away advertising, monetizing, Facebook ain't going nowhere, because there's going to be people, and as long as there's people, there's always going to be money. That's why television has went anywhere. A lot of people aren't watching television like they used to, but there's enough people that are still watching it for you to actually make money. Movies are not as big anymore because people are watching them on their phone. The big screen is the small screen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People are watching on it, but guess what? Movie theaters are still putting in movies. You're still gonna have to catch a Marvel movie in the theater, because you have to share the space now, where you didn't have to share that space at first, but now there's so many different, but everyone's trying to get a piece of that, but no one's gonna mess with the big three. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. But, you know what I'm saying? And the rest of them will fall in as they can. TikTok is trying to get a share of the market, but we know what it is. And Facebook is coming. They're coming trying to get it, the whole space.
Well, you look at, like I said, I always bring up Will Smith, because before he did the famous slap and all that, he was doing it. He was figuring it all out, that whole world out. The movies, his wife doing what she was doing on Facebook. When you look at that, he was really, I was like, he got it. He's got this whole thing working. But then, the slap came and it kind of threw him off from what he was dealing with.
Kinda. No, that caused him a lot.
A lot. Yeah. So when you look at that, and then you see these worlds. Let me ask you something. When you when you doing your comedy, or when you around these certain comedians, I know it's all love, but do you realize that world exists where some don't rock with the guys that do the internet thing versus the ones that's traditional, that feel like? But did you know that? Did you know it was a gap there?
Of course. Okay. But I've also seen that gap is getting closer and closer, because people are understanding. I think it's, we always veer back from something that we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? If you actually talk to someone who does it and you look back and you're like, okay, here's XYZ. This is why you need to do it. If you're a manager and you have a client, of course you're going to tell your client to do social media. Now, if he doesn't want to do it, that's fine. But he's still going to eat. But why wouldn't you want to eat more? You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people that are out there who may not have heard of you. You've got a core base of people, but this gives you an opportunity for more people.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.